Hi, everyone. My name is Natasha Lampkin, CEO and founder of Tashi Inc., and welcome to the first episode of What Drives Your Faith? What drives your faith? The premise of this whole show is to inspire individuals to walk into or carry on their God-given purpose for their lives. So that would include interviews with spirit-led influential people, empowerment dialogues, and more. So for today's episode, I'll be interviewing India Williams, the CEO and founder of Rooted Women. Rooted Women is a nail polish company that is vegan friendly and a faith-based brand. Just to include, I'm actually wearing Rooted Women. I'm wearing the nail polish color Forgiven. Hi, India. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm really happy to be here with you.
I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you took the time to come speak to me about your brand and what drove you to start it. Briefly introduce yourself to our audience and let us know what drove your faith to start Rooted Women.
Yeah. So my name is India Williams. I am the CEO and founder of Rooted Woman, which is a lifestyle beauty brand that really focuses on encouraging women to engage in self-care. And so one of the ways that we encourage them to do that is through our nail polish, which is now 9-free. It's gluten-free and it's vegan-friendly. It's all handmade in the United States and hand-poured into the bottle. And each of the nail polishes are based on affirmations of faith. So I'm currently wearing Blessed. And so just a reminder when I look down at my nails, how blessed I am and the good things I have going on in my life. And the other names are Forgiven and Renewed and Joyful, just positive affirmations of faith. And we also have a couple of other products such as our greeting cards and a soy-based nail polish remover, which is one of the first in the beauty industry that has no acetone whatsoever, completely plant-based. And what started this really came from a place of brokenness, to be really honest. So I am a lawyer, still a practicing lawyer. I'm still working in a big law firm in Chicago. I really just got things out of order. And so I was spending so much time at work, and work really became my focus, even more so than spending time with family and friends and taking care of me.
Yeah.
To the point where I got sick and my body shut down, and my doctor made me take some time off. And so I went to this clinic, which was all about holistic care, and so not putting chemicals in your body and really doing a detox from stress and from caffeine, all different things that were going into my body that weren't good. And so in that time, I realized, okay, I'm not the only one that's experiencing. Also, I looked at the other women in my life, and it was so common for them to put themselves last and to constantly give and give and give and not recognizing that they're giving from an empty cup. And so really just taking it back to how God created the earth and how he even took time to rest and allowed himself to be rejuvenated.
Amen.
To say, okay, I've done things the way I order.
Yeah.
Let me put it back in line in the way it's really supposed to be, because if it's not broken, don't fix it. There really is a plan here. Yeah. And so from that, God gave me Rooted Woman, and about being truly a rooted woman in your faith and in your life and being present in your environment and having those constant reminders of how important it is to be rooted. That's how Rooted Woman was birthed.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for that beautiful introduction about Rooted Woman and yourself and your story and your journey. I love your nail polish. I love the brand. I love the whole aspect of faith incorporated with your brand as well. The thing about this product the longevity is amazing. I mean, when I had first tried Rooted Woman, I was amazed how potent it was at first. Around like 3 or 4 or 5 days, my manicure is just completely like done, you know? But Rooted Woman, when I used Rooted Woman, I was amazed like how it was still looking pretty decent after the fourth day. And I'm just like, wow, like this is a really good nail polish brand. And I'm not being biased because it's a faith driven brand. It's a really good nail polish company. So thank you for taking the time to perfect it in a way where, you know, it actually it separates itself from the other nail polish brands. So thank you so much for that. And it's healthy for your nails. So thank you so much. Being that Rooted Woman is one of its kind within the beauty industry, and you're incorporating the faith aspect of it, do you find people are more receptive or least receptive that Rooted Woman has incorporated faith?
I think it depends on the audience, right? So the community that we've built, they're incredibly receptive and really appreciative. I find that people are really hungry for that.
Yeah.
And the beauty industry to not be about superficial standards and something that's unattainable and that's not authentic. And so there's a real hunger in the community of women of something that really speaks to where they are and who they are, and embracing that and not trying to like change it or cover it up or make it into something that's not who they are. And so celebrating where they are and also encouraging them to grow beyond what you see on the outside, right? So like I really do believe beauty starts within. And what's going on in your heart. And so that's something that's really embraced within our community. And so from there, that is what gives us, honestly, the credibility with vendors that want to work with us, is because we have a really strong community that are saying, yes, we want this. And so that's honestly not surprising, because I think when you have a dream and it's something that God gives you, you provide the way for it, and so it just all kind of works out. And I don't necessarily try to worry about how, but just try to be a steward over it.
Yes, I love it. Thank you. And yeah, God, He works it out. I can say for my brand, like everything, every task, every project that He has given me, it always happened in some type of divine way, in divine order. When putting Him first, He really does orchestrate your steps. So yeah, I so agree with that. So you don't find it challenging to have a faith-driven brand? Do you find they have challenges?
Yeah, so look, there are challenges when I go into nail salons or different places where we're trying to place our products. There certainly is the question of, okay, well, what does faith have to do with nail polish? But then once they try it, then they see a difference of, this is really a quality product. So even if they can't necessarily wrap their mind around faith and nail polish, they can wrap their mind around, this is a really quality product, which in my mind is what faith-based brands should do. We should be setting the standard of excellence.
Exactly. You're right. Amen to that. No, I totally agree with that. And that's true. Like if you're incorporating faith, you have to have a spirit of excellency throughout your brand, and it should show. And it does show with your product. It really does. So thank you for explaining that. So India, I would like to ask you another question. What does a faith-based brand mean to you?
You know, that's a really good question. I got to say, no one has ever asked that of me. So thank you for asking that question. For me, it's in a sense twofold. One is about with God and your relationship with self, and living that out in community with others. And so you're putting out into the world kind of a snippet of your relationship with God. You're sharing that, kind of like breaking bread as you would in church. And so I guess it's in a sense, what I would imagine church would be like in the perfect world if all the stars were to align. It's really about sharing this very sacred, special experience and giving that out to the world so that they can have a piece of it. And then also I think about in the Bible how using your gifts and talents and They were given so many, and someone buried theirs, and someone said, I'm going to use half, but not the other, because there was still some fear there. Yeah. And then there was one person who used them all, and that's who ultimately got rewarded. And so that, I think, is really what it's about as well, using your gifts and talents. So God has blessed you tremendously with a vision to create garments that are edifying to him. And so in my own personal experience, the greatest way that I connect with God, who is the creator, is by creating.
Yes.
Like, that's also how I get to share God, is to share the visions that he's downloaded into me and to birth them out. That's the greatest pleasure. That's the greatest connection that I have with him. And so I'm also sharing that with others. And so that's what I think is a faith-based business, and how we share that relationship.
And it makes sense, like you have to edify. If you're promoting faith within your brand, you have to edify that within your works and within the quality of your brand and your product. So thank you so much for explaining that.
Absolutely.
What is your overall goal concerning Rooted Women, and where do you see Rooted Women being in the next 5 years?
Overall goal for Rooted Women is really to continue to build community of women that are really putting their lives in order and making sure that they are taking care of themselves, so that they're giving from a place of fullness and abundance, and so they're giving love and authenticity, and not bitterness and resentment because they're tired and they haven't poured into themselves.
Yes.
And so that's ultimately the goal for Rooted Women, is to really empower, encourage, and to just help other women to grow within themselves. Beyond that, where do I see us in 5 years? I would love to see it in more stores. I would love to see something that's different and that's new, in stores that you wouldn't expect, people to see. So you can walk into Nordstrom and you see Christian Louboutin, but you also see Rooted Women, right?
Yes.
So seeing us everywhere, and so opening those doors is something that's part of my heart, because I know that there is a really strong faith community, and I know that that's something. We are consumers, right? And we are shopping in these stores anyway, and so I think opening beyond what traditionally is seen as, oh, this is a faith-based product, because even as I've talked to other people within the faith-based industry, they're like, oh, if you have a book, that makes sense, or if you have this other thing, I'm like, oh, that's not what God gave me.
Yeah.
He gave me nail polish.
Hello.
Reaching beyond, and that's also kind of like taking God out of the box, right? So like we put him in this one little lane and say, okay, God can do this. He can help Joel Osteen write a book, or he can help T.D. Jakes put on the Woman Thou Art Lose conference. Okay, but God can also change the world through nail polish, right? He can help women in India that don't know him, that will learn about him through wearing nail polish. Like, he's that awesome, he's that powerful. And once we take him out of our own little human mind box and allow him to just be who he is, and in the presence of who he is, and just saying, okay, I'm here, I'm a vessel, that's when amazing things happen. And so that's what I see in 5 years.
Thank you so much for explaining to the audience about Rooted Women and your expectations for the brand. And I really do see Rooted Women being easily accessible everywhere. I just pray and decree that all these things come in full force, probably before 5 years, because I really do believe in the brand, and the quality of the brand is really, really, really amazing. So thank you so much for all of your hard work. And please briefly tell everyone where they can find Rooted Women right now.
Right now, they can find us on our website at www.rootedwoman.com. We are also at a few nail salons in New York, New Jersey, California, and we are also doing a partnership with Black and Green. So we're also on their website, and they're doing a self-care tour, which is really cool. And so you can find us at several other stops, and you can actually get a manicure with our polish and try it out. So check out Black and Green as well.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Black and Green. And I'm in New York, so I'm going to have to check out those nail salons. Thank you so much, India. You are such a beautiful person inside and out, and such an inspiration to myself as well with having a faith-driven brand. That is why I wanted you to come on the first episode of What Drives Your Faith. So thank you again for coming out. Do you have any other things that you would like for us to take away?
Yeah, I think it's important for us to use our voices, our collective voices as consumers and as members in the faith community to really support brands like mine and like yours, right? Yes. Because I think that also goes back to taking the limits off of God, right? And so we're really good about tithing and going to church, but making sure that we're being a good steward, because that's part of our call, is to be a good steward over our dollars. And so making sure that we're sowing into businesses that represent what we believe and that are supporting other women and families. And so making sure that we are going beyond tithing in the church, which is great, but also being really thoughtful about how we're using our dollars in our daily lives.
And that's very important, that if we have to be good stewards and we have to sow in seeds to promote and help and expand the kingdom of God. So I totally agree with that. Thank you so much again, India. You're such a beautiful person. Again, I love it. Thank you.
I so love what you're doing. I'm so glad that you're doing this podcast. We need more of this. We need more light in the world. We need more people like you in the world. I love what you're wearing. I love your clothes. I love what you are doing as well. And so I'm so grateful for you and for the connection.
Aw, don't make me cry. Don't make me cry. So that is a wrap. Our very first episode of What Drives Your Faith. And I am just so encouraged and so inspired by India's story, her background, and the whole premise of her brand. I really feel that God has taken her and her brand so far, and I just see so much things coming from it. So make sure you guys grab that bottle, grab any bottle of Rooted Woman, because it's a really good quality brand. Like I stated earlier, it's very potent. The longevity of the nail polish is amazing. Also, if you're wondering what I'm wearing, I am wearing the Armor sweatsuit from Tashi, as you can see, if you're just wondering what I'm wearing. But just to add on, also, you can find us at TashiInc.com, TasheeInc.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube at Natasha Lampkin. That's my YouTube page, Natasha Lampkin. And make sure you follow us on Instagram at Tashi Inc. Thank you, and bye.